Hello everybody, and welcome back to another LEGO City update. Lots of changes have been made here in the LEGO City and in the LEGO room. And I'm steadily making progress here for this 2019 LEGO City rebuild. For the most part, everything on this side of the city has remained the same. I did do a lot of shuffling around here in the middle where you can see the Quickie Mart, the Skyscraper, the Ghostbusters HQ. I tried to look for a different layout based on your guys' opinions, and I really had a hard time finding a different layout based on the dimensions of some of the buildings that I'm working with here. I truly do think that this is the best layout for this side of the city. However, I do need to replace some of these road plates with T intersections. I did make one huge change here in the LEGO room. And in the LEGO City, well, I moved these little small modular buildings right here. But what used to be here is the Starbucks and like the little strip mall. And the little strip mall you can see on the newly installed shelves just right back there. So I've actually installed 20 feet of shelving here in the LEGO room. So brand new shelving in the LEGO room, and you can see that all the sets are sort of differently rearranged on those shelves throughout the entire LEGO room. So this long bottom shelf that you see the Simpsons house on is brand new. So it's absolutely wonderful. It's spaced out 1 foot. And it gives a lot of room for the sort of shorter sets here in the LEGO room. And I really like how that turned out. So it stretches all the way along, and down on the end of that shelf I have a lot of different vehicles and whatnot. Now the shelf is also home to a lot of LEGO sets that should be in the LEGO City, but they're just temporarily being hosted on this shelf as I work on the LEGO City. Now because I was able to rearrange some of the sets on the existing shelves with the addition of the new shelf, you can see the arrangement that I've set up here now. So we have the TIE Fighter, Metalbeard ship, Emmett's construction mech. I really like this one. This is the Orthanc Tower. So I positioned these 3 sets on the shelf. So we have the Arkham Asylum, the Ghostbusters, or sorry, not Ghostbusters, Scooby-Doo Mystery Mansion, and then also the Orthanc Tower beside the crane. All the way along there. Over here we have a bunch of trains and whatnot that I still have to put back into the LEGO City. We're almost at that stage. These 2 taller ones used to be stuck in the corner over here. And now I've been able to move them. They used to be right here beside the rocket, or the Saturn V. But with the addition of the new shelves, I've been able to space out these sets a little more freely here, so they have some breathing room, especially up here. I used to have the Metalbeard pirate ship up there, and now these sets have a little more space to sort of be displayed. So that's the main changes with the shelving and the changes in the LEGO room. Now what have I done in the LEGO City? I have also done some changes here. The main changes are over here in the ocean area. This area has the ocean, the residential, the Ninjago, the train yard. So you can see that this has been significantly changed. So I used to have those residential buildings running along right there where those road plates are, and they were facing the other way and you couldn't really see them that well. So I've decided to change that. I've turned them around and I've slid that road plate back. Also, I've moved the entire water over 1 plate, or expanded it 1 plate. Now that boat dock moved over 1 plate so that I can fit larger boats, because when I placed the Coast Guard I noticed it was hanging off the table, so I had to give it another plate to fit the larger boats, and they just fit perfectly now. Now I started also constructing my wall over here. So my intent here is to build sort of a cliff edge or wall that separates the ocean and the beach from the train yard. and the residential, of course. So all I've done is I've created a solid wall out of 2x4 and 2x6 dark bluish gray bricks. You can see it there, and that's sort of acting as my base of the foundation of the cliff or rock edge that's going to go all the way around here. Then I used a lot of these MERP and burp panels in, unfortunately, gray, not dark bluish gray, so you can sort of tell the difference in color there. But that's the only ones I have at the moment. I'm not keen on spending a whole bunch of money right now. But there's the start of the cliff edge or mountain edge that sort of segregates the water and residential area from the train yard. I think it looks nice and neat and tidy, and I really do like the look of it. I probably will beef it up with a few hundred 2x2 dark bluish gray, 2x4 dark bluish gray, all sorts of slopes in dark bluish gray as well, sort of to give it a bigger sort of look. And then also, as I put more dark bluish gray elements onto this cliff slash rock edge, it's going to help sort of blend together the two colors of dark bluish gray, give it a sort of an even mix. You can see the rock wall sort of ends right there. I do eventually want to extend it so that it comes all the way over here, just to sort of show that the water is, what would happen is, hypothetically speaking or thinking, using your imagination, we would imagine that this right here, all in behind, is a mountain, and that is the base of this mountain. And what the people of this city have done is they've blasted out some of the mountain for the train yard, which is in behind that rock wall. And then, I don't know, this year I just put this wall here because I wanted to give a backing to the residential area. I just think it needed something to separate it, and also these buildings pop out a lot more when they have a solid background color like that. So a lot more work here to do in the Lego city. The next thing I'm going to do with this area is probably put in my beach, which will go right here. So I'm going to sort of beef up this area here so that the beach sort of goes from the tip of this road plate all the way around like that and there. And then minifigs can swim around here. Be careful, there's lots of rocks and a rock wall, and sort of swim in here. And I'll probably place the little house that I have, the beach hut, right there on the beach when I'm done that. One other thing I have to think about is where I'm going to put the temple. I still don't know. I might slide Ninjago City down and put the temple on the end. Either that, or I put Ninjago City right here, and then Ninjago City docks over there, and then the temple in the corner. Or I just put the temple on the shelf, one of the two things there. One thing I have to work on as well is figuring out how I'm going to connect these boat docks. I think I'm just going to connect the boat docks to Ninjago City, so I might just extend it out and then have it connect with Ninjago City, so that's the way that you can access those buildings. So yeah, we've stood the Hulkbuster up right here on the Lego factory. I was trying to find a new home for the Lego factory, but I really did have a hard time doing that. It's just a really big building. And this skyscraper, I've given this a lot of thought too, and it is a really hard building to place that has sort of an odd footprint, and it's not really complete. So I think there's going to be some changes coming up with that as well. If you stay tuned, I'm sort of working on a blueprint to create a new structure that will replace that the skyscraper. Now we can see this, I also have some shelf space over here now, so I've spread out my creator vehicles here, so I think that looks pretty good. And then the trays on the table here have all the cars that are going to go into the Lego city. Up here I got the Y-Wing, one of my only sealed sets that I have to build yet, so that'll help fill up some of the room on the shelves as well. Then some more vehicles and whatnot here. are sort of making our way around the Lego table here because I want to go check out the train yard on the other side. So there is some structures here that eventually I'd like to work to the Lego city, but heck, if there's not room, there's not room, right? So my plan for this Lego city is just to make it look neat and tidy, have lots of detail. Like the end game is to have lots of detail and have everything neat and tidy, not too crammed and crowded. I just like it neat and tidy, you know what I mean? Like, it's just nice, you can see everything, there's lots of space. I think it just looks wonderful this way. Whereas if I keep cramming and cramming and cramming more buildings in here, I know it looks a bit sparse at the moment, but if I keep cramming, then it just gets too crowded. And once I put all these details and pave all the sidewalks and all that, it won't look as sparse as it does now. Some of the comments earlier mentioned it looks a little bit sparse, but once I fill it up, it won't. So here's the train yard. You can see the other side of that sort of rock or retaining wall that separates the train yard from that beach and residential area. And I've used my ballast flex track here in the train yard. Just sort of put the base of the flex track on 2x4, 2x6 pieces, or 1x whatever, like dark blue shade pieces, and it'll sort of ballast it for you so it doesn't flex. And then I've put the overhead crane here and the other loading crane as well. And then the train garage. I moved the train garage over to the far edge here so that these lines move in there. Also, I think I'm going to split. I might move the overhead crane and the other crane down a little bit so they're right at the beginning. And that's going to allow me to put another switch track right here so that I can run another train line in and around there. So this would be a mountain here that they've blasted out to fit this train garage in. You got to have a little bit of imagination, right? And that's sort of what I'm imagining in this area. As you guys know, all the modular buildings are placed, and I need to replace some of these. I do realize I need to replace all these crossroad plates here with T plates just to sort of give it a cleaner look. I know 100% I need to do that. And I've heard that Lego actually changed the packs of their plates, so now you get one crossroad plate, one T plate with one straight plate, and one crossroad with one turn. So hopefully I can just buy some of those, and then I'll replace these 4 plates here with T's so that I can still have the sidewalk over here, and then you can still have the entrance to the new parking lot that's going to go in over here. So lots of progress here in the Lego room. I absolutely love the new shelf that I installed on the far side there. Looks pretty awesome. Can never have enough space to display Lego sets. One other thing I was contemplating doing, let me know what you guys think of this, is running a fence line all the way along this train line here, just to protect the minifigs so that they don't go playing on the tracks. Now, somebody mentioned I should use a chain link fence and all that different stuff. I definitely would love to do that, but I don't have the parts and pieces for that right now. I do have lots of these, so I could install a fence line all the way along of those sort of wooden picket fences. And then I still have to buy the tiles, the 1x4s and the 1x1 tiles to complete my ballast track here. And I don't know if I should do it. I still haven't decided. I think I'm going to go with black. Black, light gray, or brown are my options, and I think I'm going to go with black. Yeah, but most of the changes happened on this side of the Lego city, where you can see these little mini modular buildings, and that also this cliff edge that I've started working on changed the residential buildings, sort of spun them around, and also changed the water as well. That's really about it for today, guys. I do appreciate the view. Thank you so much. Have yourselves a great day, and stay tuned for some more wonderful things here happening on my YouTube channel. Bye for now.